Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to our Tai Chi Live home version. I hope you're having a good week, and thank you for ending your week with me and 7 minutes of serenity. Like I said, this has got to be better than happy hour, right? Just a little bit of breathing, a little bit of serenity. It's going to help your body. It's going to help your immune system. It's going to help your mental health. So thank you for joining me. This week in our principle practice on Tuesday, we talked about moving from the Dan Tian. Remember, the Dan Tian is 2 inches in from the belly button and 2 inches down. It's the center of your energy in Tai Chi. It's also the center of your balance. And if we focus on moving from the Dan Tian, it also helps keep our columns intact. It helps us with our balance because we learn to move that Dan Tian over our base of support. So that keeps us much more balanced. And if we lead with the Dan Tian, it helps everything much more relaxed. It helps that rotation actually become a much more relaxed motion, and our extremities can just follow along. Because remember, this is your core. This is the king, if you will, moving from the Dan Tian. So we're going to do a movement form. We're going to put the movements that we learned on Tuesday, put them into a series now. We're going to go through the form 2 times. The first time through, I'm going to really cue the movements, and I'm going to cue that moving from the Dan Tian again. And then the second time through, I will be a little bit more quiet. I'll just cue the movements. And that way you can practice your 7 minutes of serenity whenever you want to. You can turn on some nice quiet music or whatever music you enjoy. So you can kind of get into that zone, if you will, as you're doing your 7 minutes of serenity. So make sure your space is clear. As we go through this form, we will be moving forwards and backwards, and we'll be moving side to side. So I'm going to step back now. And the first movement, I just want your feet about shoulder width apart. This is preparation. You're just gently bending the knees, letting the arms float up, and then lowering the elbows and letting them come down. You can breathe in as you float up, and breathe out as you're coming down. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. So now we're going to do one more preparation like this. As you breathe in, I want you to bring your weight over to this side, step out with this leg, and you're going to move into pushing chi. Remember, if we move from the Dan Tian in our pushing chi, that's going to keep those columns intact. It keeps our shoulders above our hips. So now we're going to incorporate chi walking with this. As you come back, now push forward, bring that Dan Tian over that base of support, letting this leg become empty, and then you can step forward and do pushing chi on this side. So remember, that's that concept of substantial and insubstantial and how it coordinates with moving from the Dan Tian. So now you're going to breathe in as you come towards your body, breathe out, bring that weight over that base of support and step forward, pushing chi. One more pushing chi. Now, as you come back with your weight, you bring that Dan Tian over that base of support. You're going to form a bird's beak on this side. You're going to step out with our snake creeps. Trace that hand along that leg that's stepped out, and then bring that Dan Tian over your base of support so this leg becomes empty, and you can come into your pheasant stance. Now just bring that leg down and just turn. Form a bird's beak on the other side. Step out with that snake creeps. Remember, the weight is on this side, so the Dan Tian's over here. As we trace, then we move that Dan Tian over to this side, allowing that back leg to become empty, come into pheasant stance. Let's do that on each side one more time. Step out, snake creeps, pheasant stands. I fell. Snake creeps, pheasant stands. Good, now you're gonna bring that foot down and we're gonna go into our wave hands like clouds. So we're gonna step this direction. And remember, if you move from the Dan Tian, lead from the Dan Tian, that allows the arms just to float. They don't really have to work because that Dan Tian is leading that rotation. That was 4 steps. We're going to go 4 steps back now. One more step. Good, now we're going to go back into pushing chi. Remember, you want to think about moving from the Dan Tian. You're not thinking about your hands. Now we're going to bring that Dan Tian over that front leg and we're going to kick, smash, and box the ears. Remember, you lower your center of gravity, move from the Dan Tian to box the ears. Let's do pushing chi again. Now as we come forward, bring the weight onto this leg so this back leg becomes empty and you can kick, smash, lower that center of gravity, moving from the Dan Tian, come into that box the ears. Now let the weight come forward and you're going to do pheasant stands, but then you get to step backwards. Pheasant stands, you're going to go 4 steps backwards. And remember, if you can't bring your leg all the way up in that pheasant stance or even in the kick, this can be pheasant stance. That's totally fine. This can be a kick. So you do what you can do. So we were in this pheasant stance. Keep the weight on this side. Hold the ball. Now we're going to do our part the wild horse's mane. Think about rotating from the Dan Tian, and that just allows the arms to open up. We're going to take 4 steps with part the wild horse's mane. That's your 4th step. Now just let that hand come forward, let this hand come behind, and we're going to do our repulse the monkey. Remember, the weight comes back and we bring that back hand over and we're rotating from that Dan Tian. Bring the weight back. We're going to go 3 steps. Good. Now we're going to go back with kick, smash, and box the ears. So lift, kick, smash, box the ears. Lift, kick, smash, lower that center of gravity, and box the ears. Remember, if you can't kick, this can be a kick. There's your smash, and then you move forward from that Dan Tian with that box the ears. This is your last kick, smash, and box the ears. Now we're going to go back with that repulse the monkey again. Think about rotating from the core as you step back 3 steps. Good, now hold the ball and we're going to do our ward off, grasp the bird's tail. Step out. Remember to lead from the Dan Tian, which just allows those arms to kind of follow. Grasp the bird's tail. roll back, bring your weight back, then bring your weight forward, and pushing Chi. Lead from the Dan Tian, coming to the other side, holding the ball. Now stepping out. This is the part that moves first, and those arms just follow. Grasp the bird's tail. Move from here, roll back, rotate and press, pushing Chi. Let's do the ward off on each side one more time. Holding the ball, step out, lead with the Dan Tian, ward off. Grasp the bird's tail, roll back, rotate and press, pushing Chi. Remember, if I lead from the Dan Tian, my hands can be very relaxed. They're just following what my body says it should do. Pushing Chi. Then come back to the middle, take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to do our Chi walking, pushing Chi. One more time. Do 3 pushing Chi. This is your third one. Bring all the weight onto that front leg, let the back leg become empty, and pushing Chi. One more. Bring all the weight forward, let that back leg become empty. And now just bring it to parallel. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe it out. There you go. So that's the form. We're going to do it again. This time I'm just going to cue the movements, but I want you to definitely be thinking about moving from the Dan Tian. So I'm going to take a step back. Stand nice and tall. Take a good deep breath in. Breathe it out, sink down, and open your legs. Just to about shoulder width apart, preparation. One more. Now bring your weight over to one side. Step out and pushing Chi. Bringing that weight forward, pushing Chi on the other side. Bringing that weight forward, pushing Chi on the other side. Good, now bringing the weight back, forming a bird's beak. Snake creeps. Pheasant stands, turning, snake creeps. Pheasant stands, turning, snake creeps. Pheasant stands. One more. Snake creeps. Pheasant stands. Wave hands like clouds, 4 steps. 4 steps the other direction. Pushing chi. Now bringing that weight forward, kick, smash, and box the ears. Pushing chi. Bringing that weight forward, kick, smash, and box the ears. Now going backwards for 4 pheasant stands. Holding the ball, part the wild horse's mane for 4 steps. Repulse the monkey 3 steps. Kick, smash, and box the ears 4 times. Repulse the monkey 3 steps. Ward off. Grasp the bird's tail. Roll back. Rotate and press. Pushing chi. On the other side, ward off. Grasp the bird's tail. Roll back. Rotate and press. Pushing chi. One more time on both sides. Ward off. Last time. Bringing your weight to the middle, take a nice deep breath in. Bring your weight to one side, pushing chi 2 times. Step forward, pushing chi. Step forward. Gather that energy, take a nice deep breath in. and breathe it out. Nice job today with your 7 minutes of serenity. I hope that that can lead you into a really relaxing weekend. Practice it. Practice the principle of moving from the Dan Tian. Remember to incorporate the other principles. We've been talking about columns. We've been talking about substantial and insubstantial, rotation, and now moving from the Dan Tian. On Tuesday, when we do our principle practice, we're actually going to keep with those 4 principles, and I'm going to show some modifications. There are those in our community who would like to be involved, but standing and moving is a little more difficult for them. So I'm going to show some modifications for those that either need to be seated or need to have some kind of standing help. So look forward to that on Tuesday. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you later.